Hey man, welcome back to another VibeWitDeLo video. Today, episode 4 of X-Men 97. What an episode, y'all. What an episode. To start off, bro, Magneto. Everyone in the chat say RP Magneto, bro. I'm sorry if that spoiled anything for anybody, but I feel like if you haven't watched the episode, you shouldn't be watching this. But we lose Magneto in this episode, bro. That was tough to see. You really saw the connection between Professor Xavier and Magneto in this episode, y'all. That was a tough scene to watch at the end. But to lead up to that, let me give the lead up to that. So of course we know you got your two teams split up, one in the future, one in the past. This episode heavily, it dives heavily into the team that's in the past. So you got Nightcrawler, you got Rogue, you got Professor X, Magneto, and Bishop. Of course, you got Sabanar. He's not Apocalypse yet. So they're basically trying to stop the prophecy from happening, right? And basically in this episode, they're trying to do these scenes, but then you have somebody else in his ear that's trying to tell them, no, you need to fulfill your purpose, right? And that plays out through the whole episode, and it's basically one specific scene where Sabanar basically chooses that path when he kills basically the ruler over his land, right? And from there, bro, he basically chooses to be Apocalypse, and along with that, he wasn't trusting in what Professor X and Magneto was telling him, because in his eyes, they were lying to him, which in a sense they kind of were, but it was to stop him from, of course, becoming Apocalypse, right? And it was some really dope fight scenes in this episode. Magneto, we really got to see his power, which we've already seen, of course, in season 1 and start off this season, but it was some really, really dope fight scenes in this episode. Bro, also something that was really cool was seeing I don't know why I'm blanking on this. Victor. He goes by many names. You got Victor. You got I'm blanking on his name, but he was in Quantum Mania. Y'all know who I'm talking about. So we basically saw him pop up. So that was really cool to see. And then we saw the Celestials, right? I can't remember which exactly one it was, but we saw the Celestials pop up. So they got something to do with what's going on as well. But bro, just the way the episode played out, it was basically a slow build up to Sabanar becoming Apocalypse, and you had these different things that was happening that kept pushing him to like fulfilling that purpose, and that's ultimately what happened at the end of the episode. It's a really dope scene when basically he chooses to become Apocalypse. He grabs this stone-like figure. He transforms into the Apocalypse we know, we love sometimes, right? And then after that, you have Magneto trying to stop him. But before that, basically, it was nothing else that the X-Men could do. So Bishop's like, bro, we got to go back to the 90s. But Magneto's like, nah, I got to stay back and see what I can do. So he sends Nightcrawler, Bishop, Rogue, and he tried to send Professor X back, but something blew up, and they both end up staying there. So you have this scene where Magneto basically uses his magnetism, metal abilities, throws Apocalypse all the way across the desert, but meanwhile he sent off a destructive bomb basically with where he's at. He wants to eradicate everybody. So he does that, and then you have this scene in the desert where it's Magneto, Professor X, and Apocalypse, and he basically he kills Magnus, not Magneto. He kills Magnus, because that's what Professor X calls him. And bro, that was just a tough scene to see, because Magneto has had a pretty dope character arc. I kind of in these two seasons of X-Men 97, he's kind of been on a trajectory of low-key. Whereas in season 1, he was this villainous type of figure, where it's like, you know, of course he wanted the best for the X-Men, for the mutants, but it was how he was going about getting that power. And then in this season, we basically saw him trying to be the light for Sabanar, but Professor X was the one that was basically saying it's no hope for him. He's going to become Apocalypse. It's inevitable. And what we find out in the episode, it's inevitable. It's gravings in basically this kind of like pyramid that they all go in, right? And at first, they're going in there to find answers and stuff. And as they're walking in there, it's kind of crazy. But in Sabanar, before he becomes Apocalypse, says, "I feel like I've been here before." And if you look at the gravings on the wall in the pyramid, is basically hieroglyphics of the X-Men building up to Apocalypse, right? So it was that was a heartfelt, very good episode. And I'm trying to remember his name, y'all. I'm so sorry, I'm forgetting. But he was in Quantumania. He was in Quantumania, and he was supposed to be the big bad of the MCU going forward. But we kind of know how that went out. Hold on. What's his name? He goes by many names. Victor, the man at the end of time. I don't know why I'm blanking on his name, y'all. I'm really trying to remember. Kang. There it is, Kang. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. Kang, right? So we see him pop up in the episode, and basically, you have Kang, and then you have Victor, and then you have the man at the end of time. He goes by all these different names, right? And basically, he's talking to Professor X in the episode, and he's like, in a sense, he's kind of here the same reason that they're here. They want to prevent him from becoming Apocalypse. And I think in Kang's perspective, he's trying to do it for different reasons, right? But basically, Ramatut, that's another persona he goes by. At the end of the episode, he's like, well, I came here to stop what happened, but obviously that didn't happen. He became Apocalypse. So we see Ramatut become Kang at the end of the episode, and then he basically says, I'm going off into basically another path to try to stop Apocalypse from Sabanar from becoming Apocalypse, right? So yeah, bro, that was a really good episode. I really enjoyed it. I feel like the season is definitely picking up. And now I think about season 1 had one of these moments. If I think back to Genosha when Gambit died, and that basically kickstarts the rest of the season, right? Because you have this moment where it's like, oh shit, they kind of lost, and yeah, bro, that it kind of goes from there. So the first 3 episodes were good, but this one was great. Episode 4 was great. So I'm interested to see how the rest of the season goes. How do you even stop somebody like Apocalypse? I don't know, but I'm gonna be there to watch it, and we gonna be here to break it down. So hey man, y'all let me know what y'all think of the episode and how it played out in the comments below. Like the video, subscribe, bruh. And yeah, hey, Spider-Man brand new day is almost here, and that's gonna be a fun video I'll do where basically I'll get my like pre-movie expectations before, and then I'll go into the movie, and then afterwards I'll talk to y'all and then do a breakdown. So we got about 2.5 weeks before the movie comes out, so excited for that. But of course, like I said, we're gonna be breaking down the whole season of X-Men '97. So yeah, man, I'll see y'all in the next video.